quite sure what you're going through, worried about what you're gonna do, and you're hurting in the worst way, waking up afraid to face the day that emptiness surrounds you, and you're covered with gray skies. When life does change and rearrange, there's one thing you may realize: when you're going through a change, the rain won't last forever. You can decide that you will survive and be stronger than before. So when you're looking at clouds on the outside, know inside the rain won't last forever. You're not alone when you feel confused. We're all the same, and you can choose to try and understand now. You can still look up, laying on the ground, and see it in a new light. And while you're shining like a star, time will tend to bring new friends. You have the magic to heal the scars. And when you're going through a change, the rain won't last forever. You can decide that you will survive and be stronger than before. So when you're looking at clouds on the outside, know inside the rain won't last forever. When you're going through a change, the rain won't last forever. You can decide that you will survive and be stronger than before. So when you're looking at clouds on the outside, know inside the rain won't last forever. The rain won't last, the rain won't last forever. The rain won't last, the rain won't last forever.
All of us as human beings go through changes in our lives. Some of these changes are major ones. This play, Love, Willie, and WP, invites you to pay attention to the process of change. All of us have normal reactions to changes, yet few of us feel absolutely capable of handling all life changes. Knowing that we can better understand ourselves and others allows us to learn from the process of change. The following play describes a family going through a major change. In this case, it's the change of divorce. However, the reactions and emotional feelings portrayed in this play can be experienced in almost any major change. When someone we know dies, we have a major move to make, or even such things as the birth of a new baby or losing a pet may bring about some or all of the reactions in this play. Possibly the most important aspect of the play is the idea that it is normal to react to changes in our lives, and to learn that we can feel powerful and handle these situations. The stages or reactions to change identified in research by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and many others include denial. Denial is the protective stage when we have difficulty facing what is happening. Anger. This is the stage when we emotionally or physically try to fight and make the change go away. Bargaining. This is the stage when we, through our actions and words, try to use our ideas to make the change go away. And depression. This is the stage when we realize that the change has occurred and that it is not going to go away. This stage may feel the most helpless and hopeless, yet it occurs just before the stages of acceptance and hope, when we realize that we can face changes and move on into the future. At the very least, it is hoped this play will encourage further observation and ideas for discussion. When the play first begins, you will see students invited by their drama teacher to do a role play. This is when students act without a script. While this may seem unusual to some of you, this is done quite often to represent sudden major changes in our real lives, changes for which we have no set script, changes during which we are free to choose our reactions.
Barbie, listen up. Now that I have your attention, I don't really know where to begin.
What's wrong, Mrs. Kessler? The costume's not ready yet?
No, it's Keith.
Keith?
What's wrong? He'll no longer be with our cast.
Great.
I got a phone call from his mother this morning, and she has some out-of-the-country traveling to do. And while she's doing that, Keith has to fly back and finish the school year with his father.
Fly back? When?
This week.
No way. Our performance is only 2 weeks away. Keith is the main lead in our play. He was the play.
I don't believe this. What happens to us now?
I should have known. Nothing ever goes right for me. Every time I think something good in life is about to happen, bam, right between the eyes. I hate changes.
Will you knock it off, Dave? You got a real attitude problem.
Okay, wait a minute, all of you. I know this is rough for you. It's rough for me, too. But I don't think Keith's feeling too happy about it either.
Yeah, but Mrs. Kessler, what are we gonna do? Is our play over with? All this work we've done together? Is it all just a waste?
I'm not sure of anything at the moment, Barbie. Still in shock myself.
Yeah, well, this is typical. Everything just blows up at the last minute. I am sick of changes. They've wrecked my life.
Just cool it, Dave. You're really obnoxious. You know that?
Willie, how do you feel? After all, you had the female lead.
I don't know. I'm sort of stunned, I guess. Well, this is reminding me of something I went through a couple of years ago, where everything seemed to change, it seemed, in one afternoon.
Yeah, well, I've had about 5,000 changes. I've moved 7 times in the last 10 years. Then my sister ran away last year. And now my brother, he's in juvenile hall.
Sounds like this play is really important to you, David.
Yeah, it was really important.
Will you knock it off, Dave? Look, Willie, you said that this reminded you of something else that happened in your life. What do you mean?
It's nothing. Well, it's when my parents got a divorce a couple of years ago. This is reminding me of all the confusion I felt then, and I guess I'm feeling right now.
You know, Willie, I've dealt with a lot of students that have gone through changes like that. All of us as human beings are bound to experience some sort of change in our life. Just makes me wonder how many of us are prepared to handle them when they occur.
My family went through a change last weekend. My grandmother had to go to the hospital. She's kind of sick. I guess I'm pretty scared about it.
Change brings out a lot of different feelings in us, Barbie. And I agree, some of them can be frightening at first.
Yeah, and the worst part is, well, when there's no one to talk with. Last month, when my brother went to juvenile hall, I was so embarrassed about it, I couldn't talk to anybody, not even him. And the worst part is, well, deep down inside of him, he was hurt too.
I don't believe all these changes that are happening to us. With Keith gone and the fact that we didn't go double cast, there's no way we're going to put this thing together in 2 weeks. Keith was the play.
I don't see how this could just happen out of the blue. After all, the printer sent me the advertisements and flyers to be put around the school for advertising. I was going to show those to you on Monday.
Advertising? For what? Why did we have to pick a play that centered so much on just one character? What a bummer.
Yeah, that sure is a model for my life.
Life can sure throw some curves, David. You know, Willie, I've been thinking about what you said, about having the same feelings when the family went through the divorce. And I think there might be a lot of similarities when people go through changes like that. I have an idea, but I'll need your permission first.
Sure, you should like your ideas. What is it?
Well, I'd like you to stage what you remember about what your family members went through. We can role play. Maybe it'll help us.
Role play, act, Now,
Do you have anything better to do? Or any place better to go?
Or anyone better to be with?
okay. Give me a break, will ya?
All right, Willie. Choose members of the cast here to role play with you. Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly what your family members experienced. We can just let our own reactions to develop. Do you think you can set the stage here?
Yeah, this is even a little like my living room at home. Let's see. I'll need this box of clothes and this guy. He reminds me of my favorite stuffed animal, WP. He's my best friend through the whole thing.
Who can I be? Let me be someone in the family.
Well, you could be my brother, David. You act like him, so playing the part should be really easy. And you could be my mom, Katie. And you could be my sister, Barbie. And you could be my dad, Bob. And you could be my friend, okay, Lily? Okay. And you can be my sister's boyfriend, Chris, okay?
Okay.
And then maybe later on I can give you another part. All right?
All right, Willie. Finish casting, give a few stage directions, and you can get started when you're ready. Oh, I may interrupt every once in a while to ask a few questions. All right?
Okay.
Let's get ready for Act 1.
All right.
Come on, guys, back here. Mom! Dad! Barbie! Great, you know we come, now we can play. You sit here and you can be the audience. Let's see. Who am I going to be today? I know. I'll be Miss Rowley May. Miss Rowley May Durham. And I'll be interviewed by Maurice Porter Station, WKWK. Now listen, WP. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another interesting visit into the world of the rich and famous. Why, today we have none other with us than that best-selling writer, Miss Rowley May Durham. Let's welcome her now. Good afternoon, Miss Durham, and how are you this fine summer day? Why, happier than a crocodile in the Everglades, sipping on me and Julia. Of course you heard about my new book. It's called Southern Fried Chicken. It's all about my childhood. My childhood. My childhood. What can I tell you, but it was an interesting one. And my daddy was a wonderful, wonderful, successful, important man. While my daddy owned more property than the Colonel had Southern Fried Chickens. And I was spoiled. Spoiled I was. I had pretty frilly dresses, the gorgeous pony, and the most prettiest bedroom you ever did see. And my mom and daddy, well, they never argued. We had the best family in the whole wide world.
Oh, no. Who are you today? Last week you were Lady Diana. And the week before you were Christy Brinkley. Or was it Michael Jackson?
I was Brooke Shields. And say, what's the matter with you, sonny boy?
Nothing. I'm looking for Mom and Dad. Have you seen them? Are they here?
No. Why?
I want a prize at the science fair.
Why, David Baxter, I do so declare I'm as proud as you as a mama bird when her baby bird learns to fly. I'm so thankful, Dr. Frankenstein, that all your work in the laboratory has finally, we're talking finally, paid off.
You'd better watch out, my little munchkin, or you will become Annie's victim. Tonight, while you're asleep.
Dad, stop me! You're scaring me!
Look, crawling up your arm. It's my favorite dessert. Tarantula on a Willie.
Stop it,
What
David!
is going on here? David, stop teasing your sister. Willie, get that box out of here. Look at this place. What a mess.
I'm hungry, Mom. What's for dinner?
Tarantula stew, stupid, just for you.
Willie, please don't start now, okay?
Really, Miss Rosalie Simpson, what are you fixing your absolutely wonderful, perfect family for dinner tonight?
Spare me the details.
Well, I've got a class tonight, so one of you kids is going to have to warm up the meatloaf in the refrigerator, and then there's some salad for you to eat.
Salad? You mean rabbit food? Who was the first lettuce eater anyway? A real jerk off then.
You will eat your meatloaf, David, and you will eat your salad.
Yeah, or what? You told Dad? Ooh, I'm so scared.
That's enough, young man. Willie, how was your day today?
Great, I don't have any homework so I can watch TV all night long.
I don't think so, young lady. David, how was your day?
In jail? I tell ya, all I have are wardens. Wardens everywhere. And they are always telling me what to do. Oh, wait a minute. Look, look. One good thing did happen. It seems you're famous. Someone...
Oh, that reminds me. I got an award today for my charcoal drawing in my art class. Do you remember the picture I drew of you and Willie?
Yeah, you mean me and Sarah Harper here.
I remember, Mom. I think you're the best artist in the whole wide world. Is this the dress you're wearing when you go out with Daddy tonight? Oh, it'll look so pretty on you, Mom.
Willie, I told your father I'm not going to any more of his civic meetings.
Well, what will happen? I mean, you were so mad this morning.
Mad? It was more like Mount St. Helens, what did you say?
Don't worry about it. Everything will be all right.
Are you sure?
Listen, I've got to go upstairs, take my shower, and get ready for my class. I'll be back downstairs in time to tuck you in, okay, sweetheart?
Me too. Do I get tucked in too?
Why, of course, David. And I have an extra big hug just for you.
I was just joking. One baby in the family is enough.
Babies aren't the only ones who get hugs, David.
Hi, kids. Look, Katie. Look, I am really in a hurry, all right? The traffic was awful.
Dad, look! First place. I want it with that science
David, could you
project
come
I
in a
did
little later, all right? I'm really in a rush. Now, Katie, how soon can you be ready?
I told you I have a ceramics class tonight. I've told you all of this at breakfast. I'm not going to any more of your civic meetings.
You're not going to do this to me again, Katie, all right? I have had it this time. You pushed me too far. Why don't you quit those stupid ceramics classes and be here for me and the kids at night?
I have wanted to take art classes and work in an art studio ever since I can remember. And I am going to go tonight. And all this talk about being pushed around too far, well, I've been pushed around for the past 17 years of my life. You know, I've had it too. Entertaining for your company, PTA, council mother, and council meetings.
That's right. And you've got a car, a home, food on the table, and you've never had to work a day in your life.
Never worked a day. I've been working 24 hours a day since I'm married to Bob Baxter. Washing, cleaning, cooking, ironing. You know, I've had about as much as I can take. I thought this house was big enough to hold all of our interests. Obviously, I could see I was wrong.
Look, you either go with me tonight, Katie Baxter, or I'll go by myself. And I'm not coming back.
I don't believe you're saying that. If that's the way you feel, there's the door.
Fine. At least it's something we can...
Oh, Dad, I told Jennifer I'd drive us to the school dance tonight. Where are the keys to the car?
Look, Barbie, you're interrupting right now. Besides, you're on restriction for coming in late Friday night. Now look,
Come
Katie.
on, Dad. This is important to me. You said I could drive the car once I got my license.
Now I said no, and that's final.
Well, excuse me. What's going on around here? I swear, Dad, you make Attila Hahn look like Mickey Mouse. Just forget it, all right? I'll be over at Jennifer's.
Yeah, I think I'll be going too.
David, what's happening?
I don't know, Willie. Not now, okay? I'll be over at Alice's house.
I'll see you at
Daddy.
Where can I reach you?
I've got the slightest. Look, Willie. I'll call you.
Mom, I don't understand any of this.
I don't understand either, Willie. Look, I think I'm gonna go lie down for a while. I'm a little tired. I'll be back downstairs to cook you dinner.
I don't understand any of this, WP. I just walked through the door and thought I'd get a big hug and kiss. Not the Third World War. You know, sometimes when I wake up scared in the middle of the night, I think I hear them yelling. And I reach out for the light. But I reach out for you instead. I hug you very close and tight. Try to block out all that screaming. No, it seems like there's a lot to me. But it's just too much, WP. It's like everyone's forgotten that we're a family.
Hello? This is Willie Baxter speaking. Oh, hi, Annie Irene. Me? Oh, I'm fine. Uh-huh. Mom? Well, she's getting ready to go out right now. Dad? Well, he already went out. Sure. I'll have him call you. Bye.
But how can he hear me? Nobody's talking to my house. And it sure is lonely.
Really, that was beautiful. It was so well done. Everybody come out on stage. Great. Now, what just went on in this scene? What do you think, Bob?
I don't know. I felt like I was in a hole, and I just had to get out. I felt like if I stayed home, I was going to explode. I don't know, but I didn't want to leave. I feel torn.
All right. How about you, Katie?
I'm frustrated and scared. I want things to change in my life. But all these changes are mixing everyone up. I don't want things to stay the same. But I don't want to hurt my family. I want them to be okay.
All right, that was good. How about you, Barbie?
Well, I'm mad. I'm furious. My freedom's been taken away. Sometimes I could just scream. But I had to leave the room right away. Things were just too tense.
I could see that. How about you, David?
I just had to get out of that room. I don't know. I was feeling out of control and sad. No one is listening to me. I mean, I know everybody has their own problems, but why don't my feelings matter? I just had to get out of that room.
All right. Now, how about you, Willie?
Well, when Annie Irene called, I just wanted to pretend everything was all right. I guess it was just too much to face.
All right. That was excellent. Let's call that scene denial. Denial is the first stage we seem to experience. So when we don't, can't, or even won't face the changes that are taking place. We may leave the room or pretend the change has gone away. It's almost like a protection until we really can understand what's going on. All right, this is turning out great. Let's go on. On to Act 2.
See, your hair has about an hour left to WP, what am I going to do? Just too much for me to handle right now. That's David. What will I do with him? All his grades down. Just like that. Did you see the scene this morning with Willie? Stomach aches again. I made her go to school today. You think I did the right thing? Well, at least the school hasn't called me yet. And David. His grades, every single one has gone down. How? I just don't know what to do. All seems so crazy right now. Sitting here talking to you is even crazy. But it seems to help. You know, WP, I just want to blame their father for everything. I don't want to take the responsibility for all of this. But I know it's my fault, too. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to call Bob about David's bad grades? Or is David getting bad grades so that I will call his father? I know kids do pretty weird things to get their parents back together when they're desperate. Well, Bob is the father, and he has the right to know. I guess I'll call him. Wish me luck.
clerk's office.
Hi, it's me, Katie.
No, it's you. What do you want, another session with the lawyers?
No, it's David's grades. I saw his report card this morning before I grabbed it and ran off with it. Bob, it was terrible.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. Look, I thought you'd be interested in knowing.
You look, Katie. I'm on the outside now. You've got the house, the kids, the furniture. What have I got? Lawyers and fees. A lot of emptying.
Oh, right. Sure, I have the house, the kids, the furniture, lawns to mow, kids to feed, kids with stomach aches. Barbie's not speaking to me. And now David.
Well, you wanted the kids.
Of course I wanted them.
So like I said, what do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. Look, Bob, I'm swimming in brand new waters. And I feel like I'm going under.
But that's just it. We both decided this was for the best. The divorce, I mean. Why is everything such a mess?
Like the time we cleaned out the garage. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, at least the garage got better.
But it took a long time, Bob. Why do people think they need to hate each other to get a divorce?
Because it's hard to get along unless there is anger. Or is, that is. I just don't know anymore. I wake up at night sometimes not knowing who I am or where I am.
Look, Bob, we are the parents. And I need your help with the kids.
Well, look, I've got meetings all afternoon, and I am busy tonight.
Oh, forget it. I should have known better than to call you. WP, what's wrong with me? Why can't I communicate with anyone anymore? Bob has been such an important part of my life for the past 17 years. Why can't I seem to talk to him? Hello, Katie Baxter speaking.
It's me.
Yes?
Look, I've been thinking. I feel lost. Unsure of myself as a father. As anything, really. But your role's just stayed the same.
No, it hasn't, Bob. I want the children to have both of us as parents, even though we aren't together anymore.
All right, look, I'll cancel my plans for today, and I'll go pick up David and have a talk with him.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Thanks a lot. I sure appreciate this.
Yeah.
Talk to you later, okay?
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, WP, seems as if when you think the dark clouds of trouble and gloom are closing in, a ray of hope and light seems to break through. I just wish I knew how to make the kids more secure about themselves. Oh, I know. Start with myself, right? Well, don't look at me with those big eyes of yours. I know it's almost time for me to be getting back to work. Barbie should be home at any time now. Say, WP, don't be offended if I don't talk to you like this again. But I want you to know I can see why you're so special to Willie. So how about it?
How about what, that dumb idea you have?
It's not dumb. It's a great idea. Besides, no one will ever know the difference.
I'll know the difference.
You're such a goody-goody, Kurt.
What? Just because I won't skip school with you tomorrow? It's a dumb idea, Barbie.
Oh, so I'm dumb and you're the brilliant one, I suppose.
Cut it out. You should seem upset and grouchy all the time.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you? My whole life's messed up and you're not helping any.
You sure seem different lately. You're moody. And now you're trying to talk me into a dumb stunt like not going to school. World be next.
Look, I'm sick of doing everything right. The word's got me, Mr. All-American.
It's gotten you a lot. Doing things right gives me a lot of freedom. I don't get hassled at school or at home. And besides, we have a lot to look forward to. Your parents said you could move up north to school with me in the fall?
How can I know? There's no money.
guy after school today for?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Well, he's got something you don't have.
Yeah, lots of drugs.
I was thinking of loyalty to his friends.
You mean his gang? Do you know what they do?
Don't be so dumb, Chris. Really, you're such a bore.
Oh, so now I'm boring. I bet you'd rather do that worm, Eddie.
Maybe I will sooner or later. Maybe sooner than you think, too.
I think it's time for me to go. I don't know why you're acting this way. I know I'm not perfect, Barbie, not by a long shot. But getting into trouble on purpose messes up my life. I don't need my freedom and privileges taken away.
Well, isn't that just like you? Perfect son with your perfect family. All together, always and forever. Just one big, happy family.
So that's it. That's what's bugging you. Your parents splitting up. Come on, Barbie, let's talk about it, okay?
Talk. I'm not talking anymore. Just leave me alone, Chris.
Yeah, I think I will. That's about all I can take for one night. You can call me if you want.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. Hurry up, run along to Mommy and Daddy. Chris, wait. WP, what's wrong with me? I feel like exploding all the time, and no one understands. Where's my family when I need them? Gone all the time. Well, I'll show them. I'll show Mom.
Another night with the attic for me, or I fail history.
Yeah, well, I have better ways to spend my time.
What are you talking about?
I have an important date tonight.
Oh, with Chris? Where are you guys going?
No, not with Chris. I have a date with Eddie.
What?
Jennifer, are you there?
Have you lost your brain? What happened with you and Chris? Is this some kind of funny joke, Barbie?
I'm bored with Chris, and that's no joke. In fact, I'm bored with everything. School, my family, friends, you name it.
Friends? As in me?
Of course not, Jennifer. You're the one true friend I can count on.
Well, I should hope so after all we've been through.
I know. Well, you're the best friend I've ever had. You've never let me down. In fact, that's why I'm calling on you now.
What do you mean? How can I help?
Well, it's not exactly help. In fact, it's the chance of a lifetime. I want you to go with me to meet Eddie tonight.
You what?
Oh, come on, Jennifer. It'll be fun.
Ha, you can count me out. You know what Eddie's his game do at night? I can just see the morning headlines. 2 high school girls found with gang, sentenced to life in juvenile hall. It'll be the chain gang for us.
Save your dramatics for the school play, Tallulah. I'm asking you as my best friend. Will you go?
What if I say no?
Then I'll go by myself. I should have known I couldn't count on you to help me out.
Well, I'm still your friend, Barb.
Then you'll go?
Well, what if I say no?
Come on, Jennifer.
Okay, just when and where are you meeting him?
Tonight at 7, behind the gym at the junior high next to my house. What do you say?
I say I'll go. Watch out for you to make sure you're safe. But I can't guarantee how long I'll stay. Oh, Barbie, why not forget the whole thing and come over here and watch TV or something?
It'll be great. You'll see. I gotta go. I hear my dad coming. Tonight at 7. Don't forget.
How could I? Bye.
Oh, hi, Barb.
Hi, Dad. I was just thinking about you. How's your new apartment?
It's great. Now look, I really have to talk with David right now, all right? Now you stay right there.
I guess I'm not needed anymore.
Who said you ever were?
David, you're such a jerk.
So, Dad, to what do I owe this great honor of your picking me up at school today? You haven't said a word all the way home. You know, it was really embarrassing having to pack my bike in your car in front of all the kids.
But you used to like it when I dropped by your school.
Yeah, that was before. Hey, say, you want me to go out now and get it? That way you'll have room for whatever else you left. What was it this time? Your toothbrush, your tennis racket, the lawnmower. You can just take that. I mean, this will only be what? Your 1000th trip since you and Mom separated?
Look, David, I'm here because your mom called me at work this afternoon about a certain report card.
Report card? What report card? Is Willie having trouble at school again? You know, she's having a lot of stomach aches lately. I think it would really help if you and Mom...
You know perfectly well I'm talking about your report card. Now, where is it?
I don't know, Dad. Last time I saw it, Mom had it. Yeah, I'll bet it's at work with her right now.
Your mom told me you grabbed it out of her hands and ran off with it this morning. Now, where is it?
Dad, look. Look at WP. He had that I just ate David Baxter's report card, look, and it's written all over his face. Cough it up, WP. Come on, cough it up. I'm sorry, Dad. I guess it's gone forever.
Get it, David.
I can't, Dad. It's presently being broken up, mechanically and chemically, in the gastrointestinal tract, and it's there being converted into an absorbable form. Hey, for that, I got an A on my anatomy test. Remember, Dad?
I want your report card right now.
Oh, I don't know if I have it. Here. Me thinks you should watch Facebook WP, for soon there'll be an end to me. In just a few moments you'll see me beaten and stuffed just like thee. No, I hope the governor will hear my plea.
David, I just don't understand. Spanish, C. English, D. PE, F. Math, C. Science, D. David, I just don't understand. I don't understand what's happened. I don't understand what's caused this. What have you got to say for yourself?
Nothing. I'm waiting for a call from the governor.
Look, David, I'm serious. Obviously, you've been doing absolutely nothing at school the last semester. Have you accomplished anything at all?
Well, I set off a minor explosion in the chemistry lab, and I was so close to my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde formula. Good evening, Dr. Jekyll. And how are you this fine, gory evening? No more formula! You're right, Dr. Jekyll. You could have had a BA.
This may be a joke to you, David, but this is no laughing matter to me. I want to get to the bottom of this disastrous report card.
So that's it. Maybe I can be declared a disaster area, and your mom can receive special government funding to fix me up.
I'm not going to take any more of this smart talk, David.
Yeah, well, I don't need any more of this either, Dad. Why don't you just go back to your real home?
You get back in here right this instant. I am not finished with you yet.
Well, look who's here, Dad. It's Boy Barbie.
See you guys later.
Wait a minute, young lady. And where do you think you're going in that get-up?
I'm going over to Jennifer's. We have crazy day at school tomorrow, and we're practicing how to dress.
Well, you certainly accomplished what you set out to do, Barbell.
Drop dead, David. Bye, Dad.
No, wait, Barbie! I just don't understand. I've given you kids everything. Everything. A good home, nice clothes, vacations. I just don't understand what's caused all these changes.
I think you started these changes, Dad.
Me? Because I left? Really, Dave, that's no excuse for poor grades.
I didn't say it was an excuse. Well, it's just that when
You know, I've been standing here listening to you two, and I feel so frustrated. Like the trouble we had when Willie was born. I don't know what to do anymore.
What trouble when Willie was born?
Well, I guess I never told you kids about it. It's a time I don't like to remember very much. But it's a terrible time. The doctors didn't know if Willie would live. He
remember that, Bob?
How could I forget?
If I remember correctly, you and I were at the hospital every day, and you nearly lost your job because of it, because you couldn't concentrate. And when you were at work, you were worried about me and the baby.
But that was such a terrible time, Kate.
And this is too. You know, in the past few months, I've been noticing a lot of similar feelings and reactions. Lately, it's been hard to concentrate at work and at school. And we've been taking our anger out on each other.
That's for sure.
You know, Bob, ever since you've left, David's been taking on a lot more responsibility. He's been helping around the house, helping me with the heavy chores besides doing his yard work, and he's turned into a Mr. Fix-It. And lately he's been more of a father than a brother to Willie. I think it's been too much for him.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know.
That's because you're never here. Mom, have they never told us about Willie? I mean, when she was so sick and all.
You know, I think I can answer that, Dave. That's such a painful time to remember. Just like now, it's a painful time for all of us. You know, when I stop to think about it, I do notice a lot of similar feelings. Like everything's just falling apart. They're like a stick of dynamite ready to go off at any second. You let off a lot of steam tonight. Look, I've been having a lot of trouble at work, just like you've been having trouble at school. I'm glad they don't give me a report card there. I'd probably be set back a couple of grades and still have some trouble. Look, why don't we go out and get something to eat and cool off for a little while?
Sounds like a good idea to me. You need a break, David. And I've got some cleaning up around to do here.
I don't know. I got a lot of homework and study to do.
Come on, I'm sure that can wait.
I guess so. Let's go.
Hey, I got a great idea. I'll even take you to that mushy burger place.
Dad, I told you 1,000 times. It's the moose burger.
All right, all right.
WP, when is this all going to work out? Some days I just feel so tired.
Katie, that was great. Very well done. Everyone come out on stage. All right, how are you all feeling in this scene? Chris, why don't you start off?
Well, I was watching Barbie and I didn't know how to help her. I ended up feeling angry too.
All right. How about you, David?
I don't know. This is a hard stage for me. I don't always know how to handle my anger. I get sarcastic just because everything is out of control. And I make jokes just because everything is so serious.
Me too, although I'm different from you, David. Sometimes I feel like you get into real trouble if I don't talk to someone. And I want to make people pay for all these changes and hassles that I'm going through. I know it must sound awful, but that's how I feel. I just can't relax.
Yeah. It seems you can really get involved in a group. Well, that could really mess things up for you.
Yeah, because I'm so angry, and I'm hurting inside too.
All right. So we've had the stages of denial or confusion, and now we've seemed to hit anger. And that's where we just want to fight back. All right, let's keep going. On to Act 3.
Show them. I'll show them all. Think they can run my life, mess things up? They can have it. Gotta get out of here.
Max, it's me, Jennifer. Boy, it's spooky out here.
Where have you been? You're 20 minutes late.
practicing. Practicing how to talk to these guys. You gotta know how to speak their language. What do you mean, their language? You'll see. I won't let you down. Why are you so mean? Where's Eddie? He'll be here. Sure. He and his gang have probably been bested. Oh, why don't we go home? Mom and Dad find out where I am. I'll be restricted till I'm 30. If I live that long.
Jennifer, did you hear that? It sounded like a motorcycle.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Hey there, Barb. There's the babe with you. I thought you were coming along.
Ew, like his is not an awesome dude, Barbie. Like I can totally swear I put John Travolta.
Jennifer, what are you trying to do?
Eddie, this is Jennifer. I just ran into her down here. You what?
Last of the Valley Queens, huh, Barb?
Just call me Twinkie. Like I'm not beautiful or anything, but like I strive for perfection, you know? I mean, I'm not a social like Barb. Oh, hey, like I saw your bike on jazz by your wheels. They're totally rad. Like I'm still free car, you know? Oh, say, like when do we get a party Harley?
So, Barbie, you ready to split? Get on the back of the bike here.
Oh, no, hey, let's stay here a while. It could get nerdy or anything.
Listen, Valley Doll, either you split with us, I'll make you sorry you didn't. Maybe you better run home to Mama.
Good idea, Eddie. Meanwhile, an adult call Barbie's parents.
You do, Nark, and I'll make you sorry.
Oh, this is wrong. I'm scared and I'm worried about you. Come on, let's go.
Go. Just get out of here. I should have known I couldn't count on you to help me out.
I know you're making a big mistake, Barbie. You're getting yourself into real trouble.
Now that the Valley Queen is left, you ready to get serious?
I guess.
What are you doing tonight?
Look, this place is a pit. Me and the gang are going up north. Got some friends up there. We're leaving tonight. What do you say?
Leaving? You want me to go?
Why not? From what you said this afternoon, your family's in a mess and no one's got time for you.
Yeah, that's true. And I have thought about running away a lot lately.
Well, here's the perfect opportunity. Here. Take this. It'll make you feel better.
What's this, Eddie?
It's a ticket to the Twilight Zone.
Well, here goes.
So, Barbie, you with us? It's gonna be a girl of the Rumblers. Gotta do what I say.
Well, Eddie, what's your gang like? What do the Rumblers do for you?
You want to know about the Rumblers? I'll tell you.
If you're down now, we'll get you.
Want to scream and shout? We'll let you.
Shake you up.
Tear you up.
Wake you up.
To the Rumblers.
Want to feel better, we'll get you high.
Want to feel worse? We'll make you cry.
Shake you up.
Tear you up.
Wake you up.
To the Rumblers.
So, Barbie, you coming or not? You got 2 seconds to make up your mind.
Well, when are you coming back?
Who cares?
I don't know.
What are you, chicken?
I don't know. I'm just so confused right now.
Barbie?
Barbie, are you up there?
Oh, no, it's my parents. Jennifer must have gotten them. You guys wait right over there, please.
Thank goodness Jennifer told us where you are. Barbie, what are you trying to do?
You should have known Jennifer would go running straight to you two.
Barbie, let's go home, please. We were so worried about you.
If you both cared about me so much, you wouldn't be doing this to me. Ever since you moved out and Mom had to get a job, the both of you haven't had time for anyone, much less me.
Now just a minute, Barbie. Your father's leaving had nothing to do with me getting a job. I've been wanting to work for a long time.
Barbie, let's go home.
Forget it. I don't want to go home. Besides, it doesn't seem like home anymore. Why don't you just go back to your apartment and all the important things in your life?
But you are important to me. I just wish you knew how much.
Sure. That's why you couldn't spare 2 minutes of your time to be with me this afternoon? All you had time was for David. What, were you planning another father-son expedition?
As a matter of fact, I was mad at David this afternoon. I thought I could use my anger to make him change. Like you're bargaining with your anger right now. And you know what? It's a really lousy way to communicate.
Maybe I should just leave.
I remember how much you and Mom used to fight about me. This whole mess is probably all my fault. Just let me go.
Your fault? Is that what you really think, Barbie?
I don't know. I just want to leave this mess. I don't want anyone telling me what to do.
Do you really? I mean, really? If you go away with a gang, won't you still have someone telling you what to do? Do you want to trade us for that Eddie?
What do you mean?
Gangs have leaders, just like families have moms and dads. You'll just be taking orders from someone else. Now, is that what you want?
Barbie, look, I know we've been so concerned and wrapped up in our own problems that we've ignored you. I'm sorry. I've shut you out.
But I've got to be honest with you about something, Barbie. Sometimes changes are permanent, no matter how painful. We can't just bargain a change away.
But this change hurts, Dad. It's tearing me apart. I thought you hated all of us when you left.
Barbie, look at me. Look at me. I love you. I really love you. Your mom and I are getting the divorce. We're not divorcing you. Please, give us a chance.
No family that wants to take in a runaway?
I think I do.
Let's go home, Barbie doll.
Wait, Dad, there's something else I have to ask you. And I'm serious about this.
Is this going to be another bargain, Barbie?
Call it what you want. But my name is Barbara, and I'm 16 now, and I want to begin making decisions on my own. Right now, I want to go home to my bed and sleep.
That's a bargain I think I can. Let's go home.
This is really turning into something important. Come on back on stage here. All right, what seems to be going on in this scene? Bobby, why don't you start off?
Well, still a lot of anger, but it was more of a bargaining experience. I was feeling guilty and left out. I wanted people to feel sorry for me and what I was going through. I don't know. I guess I really kind of messed myself up.
You sure could have. How about you, Bob?
Well, now I'm confused. I didn't fully realize the feeling of responsibility that Barbara had. That she felt like she was the reason for the whole family breaking up.
All right. Now, how about your character, Eddie? Did you have any bargaining to do?
Bargaining? That was my first, middle, and last name. I was trying to bargain with Barbie. Trying to get her to leave. Trying to get her to take drugs. I think that can happen to people, getting stuck in anger or bargaining. And then with the gang, there seems to be no other stage to go into. I think that can happen. That's kind of scary.
I agree. Now, how about your character, Jennifer? You had the biggest bargain to break, telling her a friend. How'd you feel about that?
Well, I really felt the pull, the pressure from Barbie. At first, I let myself be bullied into what she wanted. She's been so upset lately. Then I started to feel really uncomfortable, like she wasn't my friend at all. I was only being used.
Well, I was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I realized that when I left you and Eddie. That's when I decided that as your friend, I would go to your parents and let them know the truth. You deserved a chance, Barbara, and I wanted to make sure you got it.
You're a real friend.
Where's Willie?
I'm back here getting ready for the next scene.
All right, why don't you go join her? On to Act 4.
What do you want to do, Lily? How about get over to Joe's for a big, fat chili dog with pickles and onions all over? Maybe we can have an ice cream afterwards. No, I'm not very hungry. You not hungry? Something must be wrong. Nothing's wrong. Well, how about going over to Marianne and Hallie's? Trisha's going to be there. No, I don't want to be with very many people today, okay? Hey, some of the older kids have taught me some new breakdancing steps. Do you want to see? No, Lily, not right now. Gosh, you're sure hard to please. Look, I'm going to try one last idea. How about acting? Better yet, we can play dress-up and you can make up the characters, okay? Well, if you don't, I'm just going to go home. No, Lily.
Don't go. Then dress up? Okay. Good. Okay, who are we gonna play today? Well, I don't know. I know. You can be Miss Rand next door. and I'll be Miss Litton across the street, okay? Those two gossips. My mom says you can't even sneeze in this neighborhood without those two talking about it. But I guess it'll be fun. What should I do? Okay, you go outside and ring the doorbell, and I'll pretend to make some tea. Okay. Okay. I'm almost ready, so I put on my lipstick. Okay. Oh, that Gladys, she's always rising early. Early? You just told me to knock on the... Shut up! I'm pretending now! Oh. Gladys, darling! What an unexpected surprise. I was just fixing some tea. Would you care for one lump or two? Lump? Lump of what? Why, sugar, of course. Oh, sugar? Make it sick. Okay. Gladys, darling, what's the matter? I noticed you're limping slightly. Oh, Myrtle, I've had a milligrade for the past 2 days, and my arthritis has been acting up again. 2 days? Well, what's been going on that would bother you so much? Going on? You mean you haven't heard? No one's even told you. Told me what, Gladys? Oh, this is too good to be true. I get a bit of news before you do. Darn, this is going to make you faint. It'll make you faint, darn it. Get me smelling salt, please. Oh, my God. Gladys, what's going on? Well, sit down. Well, it's the Prescott family. Well, what about the Prescott family? He left her. He who? Mr. Prescott, of course. He left Katie and those darling, lovely children. No, you don't say. Yes, I do say. And if it weren't for my awful arthritis and my milligrades, why, I'd take those children in this very minute. Why? Do they need taking in? Well, how could Katie manage them all by herself? Why, Gladys, she might be able to cope very well. Why, single parents are doing a very good job of bringing up their children. Why, when I was young, my parents got a divorce. Really? Well, wasn't that just utterly depressing, darling? As a matter of fact, there were times when it really was depressing. When I didn't even feel like going over my friend's house or watching TV or eating ice cream or doing anything at all. Well, what helped you when you had to go through that depression? Well, I guess having some time to myself, having one special, understanding friend who like you, Lily. Willie, come on.
Oh, brother, it's you two. I didn't think anybody was home. When are you leaving Easter, Lily?
Gee, David, I didn't know you cared.
I don't. I don't care about anything, not anything at all. Just leave me alone.
Well, look, I'm gonna leave, okay? Okay, Lily, I'll be over in a little bit, all right? All right, goodbye. Bye. Bye, David. David? David? David, can I get you anything at all?
You can get lost.
I don't want to get lost, David. You haven't done anything to be yourself these past few days. You don't call me Silly Willie or Frilly Willie or anything, David. You don't even tease me at all. I just want to do something that'll make you be yourself again.
There's nothing you can do.
That's just it. There is nothing I can do. Mom's changed, Dad's changed, and now you. David, I'm really scared.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this whole mess our family's in. First I thought it would change. Now I know it never will.
Yeah, well, you know, Willie. Mom and Dad have been so upset and concerned about their problems. It's been hard for them to find time for us. I guess that happens. I mean, ever since Dad moved out and Mom started working, well, oh, I don't know. I guess we just try to get that attention back, usually by getting into trouble.
Yeah, you mean when Barbie almost ran away.
Yeah, and your stomach aches and my back grades. I guess now I feel lost. Well, you know, in fact, I feel completely out of control with this feeling. There's nothing I can do about it either.
I remember in the beginning, I thought if I just pretended long enough, that everything would be back to normal again.
Yeah, and all those crazy name changes. You thought you could escape this nightmare too, didn't you?
David, I think I'm just going to go over to Lily's house for a while. I'll be back in a while. Well, Chris, David's in here.
Oh, hi, Dave. Was Barbie here?
No one is.
So what's the story with you? You look awful. Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick. Can't someone have a privacy?
You? I thought friends were really important to you. Say, since no one's home, why don't you call up some of your friends and have them come over?
No, I don't want anyone over. And I don't want to go anywhere. Just leave me alone.
I'd really like to stay, David. Was something bothering you? More trouble with your family?
No, that's none of your business. Listen, here. This is something I've been wanting to give you for a long time now. Here.
David, this is the watch that your grandfather gave you. Why give this to me?
Do you have to ask so many questions? Don't you like it?
Well, who wouldn't? I just don't think that I could take it.
Yes, you can. Listen, I'm going to my room. You better go.
Well, David. David, come out here right now, or else I'm going to come in and get you.
Can't you leave me alone?
What in the world is going on here? Well, are you in trouble? What's going on?
Look, I'm failing English. Science will be next. My whole family is a mess. Oh, I'm just so upset about everything.
Well, how bad are you hurting?
I'm not hurting at all. I just don't care anymore about school, sports, my friends.
Yourself?
Well, what do I have now? Nothing.
Do you hear yourself? You're telling yourself all these miserable things about life. You could just...
Could what? What, Chris? Just end it all?
Is that why you gave me this watch?
You know, I just don't want to be attached to anything or anybody. I just want to be left alone.
Too bad, David. I'm not going to do that. You and Barbie were the ones who helped me so much when my grandfather died. Listen, I've got to get going to practice. I'm not going to leave you like this. So I'll call you tonight, and I'll drop by, okay? Okay, Dave? Okay?
Hi, David. You know, I just went over to Lily's house, and we were going to play. Well, I couldn't. I kept on thinking about what you said. About this being a nightmare. And it really is. And that's not the only reason I changed my name. I can't stand being called Willie. And my real name is even worse. I mean, who would give their kid a name like Wilhelmina? Just who?
Me, that's who. Hi.
What brings you home at this hour?
Oh, I got off work early, and I thought we could have a special dinner since Barbie's going out. We'd have a chance to talk. But I can see you're already doing that.
You weren't supposed to hear, Mom.
I didn't know you had such a strong feeling about your name, Willie.
Well, Mom, just listen to the rest of your names. Kate, Barbara, David, Bob. Where'd you come up with Wilhelmina? Did you run out of names when I was born?
Hardly, Willie. In fact, we gave you your name for a special reason. It has a story behind it. David, run those groceries out into the kitchen, and then I'll tell my story. Willie, come have a seat over here on the couch. I've never told you this story because I suppose I didn't think you'd be old enough to understand. But maybe now is the right time to tell you. David, hurry out here. Have a seat on the couch over here next to Willie. Hey, Willie, you were born 2 months early.
I was?
It's hard to believe. She's been late to everything ever since.
We hadn't picked out a name for you, and you had to stay in the hospital until you were 6 weeks old.
Boy, that must have been really rough.
That was, David. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through in my life. When the doctors told me I couldn't bring my little baby home, I was angry. I was upset at them and at the rest of the world. It was all I could do to go by that empty nursery at night without crying.
That's how I feel when I walk by Daddy's empty study upstairs.
Yeah, but Mom, how come you came up with the name Wilhelmina?
Well, Wilhelmina was the name of Aunt Will, Grandma's sister. I never knew her, but Grandma used to tell me all sorts of wonderful stories about her. Well, it seemed that Aunt Will was very poor and wasn't in very good health, and as a result of this, she had a stroke. Well, the doctors didn't think she would live, but Aunt Will had something you might call spirit, or spunk, or maybe even stubbornness. She refused to give up.
Why, I would.
Well, David, Grandma did tell me at one point Aunt Will had thought about suicide.
So have I.
David, don't say that.
But Willie, sometimes that happens. Life can hurt a lot. And when we think about losing our lives, that's when we realize how much we want to live.
Is that what happened to Aunt Will?
Exactly, David. By using all of her energies, Aunt Will realized she could live the best possible life. And she came out of her depression. I'm proud to be related to her.
But Mom, what has all this got to do with me?
Don't you see, Willie? Mom wanted you to come home from the hospital. Wanted to live, just like Aunt Will.
Exactly, Willie. Sometimes life can be tough. But if we can get through these hard times, usually the next stages are much more positive. When you came home to us, I was ecstatic, overjoyed. And ever since then, you've been a happy, wonderful child.
Yeah, I guess making up our minds to get through rough times is what counts, Mama. You know, we could all learn something from Aunt Will. And you too, Willie.
Oh, I love you both very much.
You know, you both could learn a lot from WP. He's my friend.
Oh, Willie. Oh, Mom, if Chris calls, I'll be in my room, okay? I sure do hope he gets back together with Barbie. He's a great guy.
All right, hold it there. That was excellent. Lily, come back out on stage.
That was really good.
All right, what have we learned in this scene? David?
Well, I've learned that when I've tried everything, anger, bargaining, and denial, and I can't make the change go away, I feel sort of sad.
And that sadness is normal. I just trust that people can get out of that stage and into the next one, which will be much better.
Okay. How about you, Lily?
Well, it was hard. All my suggestions were pushed away, and I didn't even know how to make Willie feel any better.
But that's just it, Lily. You can't make me feel any better. I have to decide that on my own. But believe me, you just being there and being my friend, well, that meant so much to me.
Willie, how about one more act? Let's see what happens after you and your family come through the sadness.
Okay.
All right, on to Act 5.
Oh, being on my own, coordinating things. Today I managed to stop by the dry cleaners. I did my laundry, and I even shopped for some groceries. Oh, by the way, thanks a lot for your help down at the car. I really appreciate it.
Sure, but it sounds like something important's going on tonight, huh, Bob?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Tonight's the first night my kids are coming over since Kate and I got divorced. How long did you say you've been divorced?
3 years. I remember the first time I had my kids over. I put it off for weeks.
I've put it off for months now. Well, why did you wait so long?
Well, it wasn't I didn't want to see them. I love my kids. A lot. Well, it's just that I was confused.
About what?
Well, I didn't know if they wanted to be with me. I didn't know if they'd feel comfortable in my new home. I didn't know if going back and forth would hurt them any. I didn't want to add to their problems.
Yeah, I've thought about all that too. Do you suppose I'm doing the right thing, having them over tonight?
Well, I think every family's different, Bob, and you'll learn what's best for you. I know what's best for me is to talk things over with their mother. I mean, I know we don't agree on everything. We feel it's important to do what's right for our kids.
I hope Kate and I get to that point.
Yeah, listen, I gotta get going now. I'm dating a very nice person, but I don't know when to introduce her to the kids.
You know, that was something else I wanted to talk to you about. Maybe after this weekend.
Yeah, sure. You gonna be okay tonight?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay,
We'll
bye.
see you later. What's this, a letter from Willie? Dear Daddy, I can't wait to see you and have dinner in your apartment. I'm going to hug you to pieces. I hope you don't mind if I bring WP. Don't worry about setting a place for him. He can eat off my plate. Of course. Today in school, my teacher let us look through one of those things that changes colors and shapes when you turn them. She's probably talking about a kaleidoscope. My teacher says that life is like one of those things, that we're always changing and never quite the same. While the thing is turning, everything looks like a mess. Then when it stops, there's a change, a beautiful new design. Not like it was before, but different and sometimes exciting. I think my teacher is right, but sometimes I wish things were the same, like with our family. I hope we're through turning for a while. Maybe someday you can talk to WP and me about changes. You always help me to understand. I have to go to bed now. Mommy thinks I'm sleeping. I wish you were here to kiss me goodnight. Love, Willie and WP. P.S. WP says please not to cook peas for dinner. Oh, great. I've got 5 minutes. Let's see, have I got everything? Groceries. I've got stuff to make hamburgers, fries, and a salad. Wait a minute. David hates salad. Calls it rabbit food. Great. Looks like this is going to be the first time I don't punish him for eating everything on his plate. Let's see. Katie said she dropped them off outside. I wonder if I should have told her to come in. Why doesn't somebody write a book about what fathers should do in this situation? I don't even know if my kids want to be here. Oh, I hope Katie didn't force them to come. Oh, great, they're here already. I don't even know what they're gonna think of this place. Wait a minute. What am I doing to myself? These are my kids. Come in.
Daddy?
Willie?
Daddy? Daddy, this is really nice. What do you call this style of furniture, Dad? Early rental?
Oh, this stuff? No, this is just temporary, till I can find a house or something.
Well, I like it, Daddy, and so does WP.
Thanks, Willie. So David, how's everything going? What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Well, how's school?
Okay.
Well, how's soccer?
Fine, I guess.
Getting an A in communication skills, aren't you, David?
Be nice, Barbie.
Barbara. How are your plans coming along for school this fall?
Okay. I applied for loans and student aid, but everything's in the air right now. I might just stay home with the family.
Family? Someone just say family. I think that word just moved from the endangered species list to the extinct category.
Look, David, we're always going to be a family, no matter what happens.
Yeah, sure.
Barbara, I'd like to talk to you a little later about your plans for this fall. Maybe we can work something out.
We'll see.
Hey, kids, Guess what? I'm cooking dinner tonight. What do you see what Chef Baxter prepared for you?
Nothing less than beef Wellington and chocolate mousse, I hope.
No, actually, it's just hamburgers, fries, and a salad.
Salad? I think I just lost my appetite.
Look, David, you can have another hamburger to make up for it.
Oh, I guess I can handle that.
Is there a doctor in the house? I think I'm going to faint. No punishment for not eating every single morsel on our plates. No thrashing. No restrictions. No forced feeding.
No kidding.
I get it. Hello? Baxter's boarding house. Last call for dinner.
Barbara.
Yes, this is Bob Baxter's residence. May I help you? I'll see if he can come to the phone. Right now, Chef Baxter's in the kitchen with Julia Childs. You know what a cut-up she can be. May I ask who's calling? Kitty. As in meow.
I'm gonna take this in the other room, okay? Oh, okay, I got it.
I doubt it. Barbie, who's Kitty? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah. So maybe Dad is dating again. I mean, it has been a while since he and Mom split up.
Yeah, but who'd want to date him? Barbie, stop it. Daddy's the best father in the whole wide world. I just don't want him to date anybody.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Willie. But sooner or later, it's bound to happen. Mom says after people get divorced, well, it's good for them to meet new people.
Yeah, but I want Mom and Dad to get back together again.
Yeah, well, the fact is, Willie, that may never happen. But if it doesn't, I mean, look at the bright side. We could have 2 Easter baskets, 2 Christmases, 2 birthday parties. The possibilities are endless.
David, will you stop it? This really hurts a lot.
Yeah, I know, Willie. And it hurts Mom and Dad, too. Listen, Barbie, you and I have been sort of rough on Dad since we got here.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I started without thinking. I don't know, it's all so new here. I keep making jokes so things won't seem so serious. David, Barbie, what if Daddy wants to marry somebody?
Well, Willie, that may happen. I mean, we could have 2 more weddings if Mom...
David, will you stop it? This really hurts. I just want Daddy all to ourselves. Yeah, this Kitty is probably some sister of the Wicked Witch of the West. You know what they say about stepmothers, Willie. It'll be scrubbing the floor for you, Cinderella.
You may be right, Barbie, or you may be wrong. You know my friend Jim? Well, he has a stepmother, and she's terrific. She spends time with him, and she lets him have time alone with his dad. Listen, Kitty may be really nice, too.
I think I'm getting scared.
Oh, listen, Willie. I know you're just beginning to accept the change. And maybe we're all not ready to accept someone new in the family.
David, what does accept mean?
Well, for me, it's kind of like I feel peaceful again. Like I can handle things again, you know? I mean, I'm not exactly happy with the change, but I'm okay.
Me too. Like I don't have those angry fits anymore. Well, at least not as much. I know I'll make it. I think we all will. I love you, Barbie. That makes me feel so much better to hear you say that. But I want Mom and Dad to get back together again.
Yeah, well, look, Willie. Let's talk it over with Dad. I'll bet he can help.
Yeah, he said he wanted to know how we were feeling.
Well, right now I'm feeling hungry. Well, I could eat a humongous chili cheeseburger with all kinds of toppings. And to top it off, a strawberry sundae.
Oh, my. It sounds like you're back to normal. Ready to give yourself a real stomachache.
My stomach can handle anything, including you, David Baxter, because my name's Wilhelmina, Wilhelmina the Great.
Oh, brother, for the days of Christy Brinkley.
You know, David, you and Barbie are my real family, my forever family. Well, Willie, Mom will always be our mom, and Dad will always be our dad. And for me, they will both always be in my family. I love you, Barbie. And I love you too, David.
No, Will, I love you. And you too, Barbie. And I even love WP.
That was wonderful. Everyone come out on stage. That was great, you guys. That was
something very special.
Yeah. I feel different. Something happened on this stage tonight.
You know, I never really traced all that happened to me, but I wonder if people went through the same changes we went through.
Well, I did. When my family and I moved out here from the coast, I went through all of this.
I know I have. It was something I could relate to, but never really could understand it that way. Willie, how are things at home now?
Pretty good. My sister's away at college. I sure do miss her. She still sees Chris. And my mom, she really enjoys her work a lot. And she's really grown a lot in her art talent. Even my dad can see that. And my mom and dad, they talk to each other on the phone, usually about us kids. They get along, I guess. My dad's seeing somebody. She's not as bad as we thought she might be. And my brother, the science whiz, he's a great friend to me. And I never thought that would happen. I guess we all made it, and we're going on with our lives.
Sounds like there's hope for everyone. You know, when we go through these tough stages, hope allows us to look forward, to make plans, and have ideas about our lives.
Yeah. And hope is the stage I want to stay on.
I wonder why nobody ever tells us about this when we're young. Tells us what to expect in changes.
Yeah, this made it a lot simpler to understand.
Is anyone thinking what I'm thinking?
You mean we could do this as a play?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Not only will we have fun doing it, but it might help other kids understand what they're going through and what their families are feeling.
Yeah. I sure would like to do this.
Okay, great. Everyone here early Monday morning so we can write up a script. Do you think you can remember your lines?
Yeah.
I know I can, Mrs. Kessler, but there's one more thing I want to do.
What's that, Lily?
Well, I kind of want to go see Keith. I bet he's going through a lot of these same changes right now, and I don't want him to feel guilty about it.
Excellent idea. You can count me in.
Yeah, me
Okay,
too.
great.
Wait a minute. What are we going to call this play?
I know. What about Love, Willie, and WP?
Love, Willie, and WP.
That's it, Barbie.
All right.
Yeah, presented by the Kaleidoscope Players.
Yeah. Perfect. Just like all of you. Okay, class, on to Keith. And whatever changes wait for us out there.
We hope that there are moments during this play when you're able to smile, to feel, or think like one of the characters. As each of us is an individual, our reaction to change will be as different as we are. Although there are lots of changes awaiting with us, we'd like to share the following with you before you go. Each of us, whether we experience a change directly or watch someone else experience change, can learn to understand this sometimes complex and confusing process. Being able to identify these stages may be helpful in controlling strong reactions, and learning how we each personally react in these stages may help us move through them more easily and positively. Please know that research tells us it may take 2 to 5 years to move through these stages when a major change occurs, and that's a long time. Also, it's normal to go back and forth in these stages and sometimes feel stuck in one stage for a while. What is so powerful is that each one of us is ultimately responsible for how we react. We are free to choose when we'll face changes, how angry we will be, or how sad we will feel. We are also free to choose supportive friends and hold on to another very special part of being human, our sense of humor. Though the play has ended today, we hope that you'll continue to think about changes and their reactions, and will discuss your ideas, thoughts, and feelings with those people you care about. Thank you for choosing this time to spend with us.
So you're not quite sure what you're going through, worried about what you're gonna do, and you're hurting in the worst way, waking up afraid to face the day when emptiness surrounds you, and you're covered with gray skies. When life does change and rearrange, there's one thing you may realize. chick